Meeting call to order. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to you all. I welcome to you all to the Taj Toastmasters Club, number 1158, Area 6, Division B, under District 79. Myself, Sunil Nikula, your Sergeant-at-Arms for today's meeting, and I welcome you all again for the meeting number 956 program year 2021-2022. At Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let's start with our today's meeting with our club oath after me. For better listening. For better thinking. For better speaking. We learn by doing. As we all know, we are doing online meeting. So I have kept the house rules very simple. Please keep your microphone unmuted during the speeches is ongoing. To upload, please clap your hands. Since it is online meeting, you can upload the emojis. If you are consider yourself presentable, switch on your videos to enjoy the meeting. Please avoid cross-talking during speeches. All the speakers are requested to avoid aggressive talks about religion, politics, and sex. In case of any technical assistance, you can contact our host or co-host of the meetings. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to our presiding officer. Our presiding officer is by profession, he is an oral surgeon, passionate Toastmaster. Since 2017, he is in Taj Toastmaster Club, an exemplary leader. Very recently, he achieved his DTM award. Please help me welcome our club president, none other than DTM Dr. Sundar Ramlinga. Doctor, stage is for you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil Nikula, for taking up the role of Sergeant-at-Arms at the last minute and for brilliantly starting the meeting. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, I welcome you all for meeting number 965. And this is the scenic background of Wellington in New Zealand. And I believe you would be wondering and knowing and guessing why this is my virtual background today. Yes, we have an exciting meeting lined up with our Toastmaster of the day, who is going to enthrall us with his experiences in New Zealand. Okay, before that I introduce, I have to continue with my business session for today. We all know that going around the world is something that we all look forward to. But more than going around the world, it is more important to know about these places and learn a thing or two from what we can, what we see, and people whom we meet. There are some avid travelers amongst us. I know DTM Dr. Mahesh is a great traveler, and many of our members who wish to travel out and see. I also like to travel, but probably not to the levels of DTM Mahesh or Toastmaster Shirin here with us. So what are we gaining by traveling? We discover new places. We learn new cuisines, new cultures, and we learn a lot about those places. This gives us the experience of a global village. In this whole world, we are not just alone. We are with so many people who are with myriad varieties of cultures, traditions, and practices. And all of this is a learning experience that we take home. So this is why most famous people always claim traveling as a learning experience. For today's meeting, it's special because even though we are not traveling, we are going to learn from another person who has traveled far and wide and is going to enlighten us with those experiences. So I will reserve all of that for the person who is going to do it today. First up, I believe it is time now to introduce our guests. Do we have any guests with us here today? We do not have any guests here with us today. We have all our members here with us. So we will just move right ahead with the meeting. So it's my time now to congratulate last meeting's winners. So our last meeting's winners were, the best speaker was Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. The best table topic speaker was DTM Parag Patil. The best evaluator was Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. The best meeting leader was Toastmaster Sunil Idikulla. And the best of big three was Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar. Please give a big round of applause for all the winners. Having said that, we will now move on to the meeting. Since we are already running late, let me just cut it short and then go ahead with the introduction of the education session. I believe I give you a teaser, a bit or two about what today's education session is going to be about. And to conduct this education session, we have a great Toastmaster, a very passionate Toastmaster. I'm proud to say that I joined the Taj Club during his tenure as Vice President membership. He was the person who filled up my enrollment form and made me and got me my TMI membership number. It is indeed a proud moment to say that. In fact, in Taj Toastmasters Club, he has held all the roles, all major roles, starting from Vice President membership, Vice President education, and being the president. And it was during his president that we came across the biggest challenge, when we had to move from the physical to the online scenario. And there were no second thoughts. In his usual, gentle, and polite way, he nudged us from the physical meetings to the online meetings and made sure that everything went in seamlessly. Currently, he's working as a pharmaceutical consultant in New Zealand and is also a founder and executive director of InvoSpark LLP, a company formed by expatriates of Kerala to support the rehabilitation of expatriates. He is an ex-quality manager of Riyadh Pharma when he was in Riyadh. Currently, he stays in New Zealand and a very avid traveler and a YouTuber. He has a channel about his experiences, travel experiences in New Zealand. I believe he'll be giving us intro about that one too. Professionally, he's also a certified quality auditor from the American Society for Quality, and he's a very meticulous social worker, ex-secretary and treasurer of Riyadh Indian Association, and always wants to be at the forefront of learning. He has completed a certification in neuro-linguistic programming. He has completed the competent communicator and advanced leader bronze in the old system of Toastmasters. He completed his dynamic leadership path in the new pathways and is currently in his second path, which is presentation master. Let us put our hands together to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sherin Joseph. Toastmaster Sherin, how are you doing today? I believe.
Yeah, fine.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for a wonderful introduction. Kia ora ho Toastmasters, kia ora kota katao. You may be scratching your head what I am talking. It's nothing. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Hope you all are safe, which I talked in Maori language. It's one of the languages in New Zealand. I am happy to join this meeting as Toastmaster of the day from 15,000 kilometers away from you. Now I am from a beautiful of some country, New Zealand. Your time is Tuesday, 5:30 a.m. So you are enjoying the winter, but we are in summer. In Maori language, New Zealand is known as Aotearoa. That means the land of long white clouds. New Zealand is the island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. It consists of mainly two islands, North Island and South Island. Yeah, we are in North Island now, and more than 700 small islands also there. Population is only 5 million, very less, and size is only 8% of India, that much small country. So New Zealand is the youngest country in terms of the human history. It was the last large and livable place discovered. First people who arrived here in New Zealand are Polynesian ancestors of Maori in 1200 to 1300 AD. And late British made their empire here. That's why the culture in New Zealand is amalgamation of Maori and British. It's an awesome country, very friendly people. And wherever you see the stunning scenery, you can see. Anyway, by continuing, I will talk more on New Zealand. So let us move to our meeting today. So I will, moving forward, we have arranged a very good meeting today. Hope you will enjoy it. I will explain that we do in a typical Toastmaster meeting for the sake of new members, if any guests there. There are three main parts of today's meeting: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Prepared speech, this is a part of the program, is members have worked or practiced in several days to prepare for their speeches from the Pathways program. And table topic is the impromptu speaking. You have to speak at least a minute without preparation. An evaluation in this session, in that what we do this in this meeting will be evaluated so that we know that what we did well and what we can improve. So every successful meeting requires assistance of several people. We have meeting leaders tonight who will be helping make this meeting success. So you have, let us start with today's word master to introduce the new word.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening.
Good evening.
All. Good evening, Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Let me read out the scripts. So today I will be having two roles. One is grammarian and then the word master. So as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, or rather a word master, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So today, word of the day is serendipity. The meaning is the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. And I will give you a couple of examples that how we can use the word. For example, nature has created a wonderful serendipity. It was only through pure serendipity that I met my best friend. Thank you. So I encourage all of you to use this word as much as you can in our meeting. With this, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajiv, for introducing the new word today. Serving as timer tonight is Toastmaster PK Philip. Can you please explain your role, Toastmaster Philip?
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters. As a timer, I will prepare the time I'll time the prepared speeches, table topics, speakers, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes the specific times remaining. Those giving prepared speeches should limit the remarks to their specific speech times. If it's an icebreaker speech, it should be between 4 to 6 minutes in length. So the green card will be shown at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes. Then the prepared speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. That the green card will be shown at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks between 1 to 2 minutes. The green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. The green card will be shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. So for all speeches, tables, topics, and evaluations, the speakers have 30 seconds to wrap up their presentation after that. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Philip. And our today's account is Toastmaster Mansoor Alam. Toastmaster Mansoor, can you please explain your role?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow Toastmaster and guest, the purpose of our counter is to note word and sound that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused word, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sound, including ha, and I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you, Toastmaster team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansoor Alam. Next is our vote counter. Tonight is Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Muhammad Shakir, can you explain your role? Or
point of information. Yeah, doctor, go ahead.
Point of order, Toastmaster of the day. I will be the vote counter.
okay, sorry. Okay, Dr. Sundar, you can explain the role.
Thank you very much. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters. As your vote counter, I will be helping you identify the best speaker, the best table topic speaker, the best evaluator, the best meeting leader, and the best of big three. We'll be doing the voting as usual for online meetings using our Google Forms link. The link will be shared on your chat box. And please vote for the role player or speaker or leader whom you feel perform their roles to the best of their abilities. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Dr. Sundar. Okay, let us begin prepared speeches. Tonight we have 4 prepared speeches. And our Vice President Education just informed there is a change in the speaking order. Toastmaster, did you any other change from the agenda?
No, that's the only change. And we have in place of Toastmaster Dr. Nacham, who was the evaluator for table topics, it will be DTM Manas Al-Bukhari.
Okay.
And also the speaker order.
Speaker order already I have. Speaker order will be changed. Toastmaster Bhaskar's speech will be the last speech.
Okay, thank you. So let us begin our prepared speeches. So before call the first speaker, I will call the evaluator, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula, to read out the objective of the first speech.
Good evening once again. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day. The purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback and serve as the speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the members to present their speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. Our first speaker is working in Saudi Arabia for more than 20 years and roots both in Kerala and Tamil Nadu as a project manager by profession with a degree in science majoring in physics from Loyola College in Chennai and more recently a NEBOSH UK certified HSC professional. He works at the Aval Group, first telecom industries company based in second industrial city Riyadh, encompassing manufacturing and diverse fields as infrastructure and telecom in both plastic as well as steel fabrication. And he married, and daughter is Rosemaria in Great Toll. So let us welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Rajan Vijos, with the applause.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Life is too short for boring food. Wake up your taste buds. A delight in every bite. A fortunate stroke of serendipity. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, feedback is the breakfast of champions. This quote, attributed to Ken Blanchard, an American author, business consultant, and motivational speaker, who has more than 60 published books to his credit, the most famous being The 1 Minute Manager, which sold over 15 million copies. As we all know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Without a good breakfast, you wouldn't have the energy to get through the day. Likewise, without feedback, a group like Taj Toastmasters starves, operating in a vacuum and unable to improve, adapt, or evolve. We can always leave some room for serendipity and chance. However, it's well known that serendipity always rewards the prepared. My mother used to familiarize us with the process of batter preparation for the championship breakfast. Her idlis invariably turned out soft as a flower, and she would remind us to give feedback to know what needs to improve. After we were married, my wife was a bit apprehensive, much wanting to get the breakfast preparation right. What serendipity! She got it right the very first time and impressed one and all. I'm sure you have read about the famous personalities, Abraham Lincoln and Mother Teresa. They mastered giving feedback through the innovative concept of a servant leader, putting the needs of the team before the needs of the organization. This was achieved by sacrificing own goals and advantage for the benefit of those I'm called to serve. Feedback is a gift that should help someone to do things differently, change a habit or two, become more self-aware, or understand what they may need to change in order to be more successful. Let me ask you a simple question. What is the shortest word in the English language that contains the letters A, B, C, D, E, F? The answer is feedback. Don't forget that feedback is one of the essential elements of good communication. There is no failure only feedback. Individuals learn more from failure than they do from success. Our goal should be to learn from our defeats and to surmount them. You can choose to be a kick-ass boss without losing your humanity. For managers, both new and experienced, this can feel like threading a needle. Giving people the constructive feedback they need to grow in their careers without making them feel badly about what they've failed or come up short. Unlike a drop of water, which loses its identity when it joins the ocean, man does not lose his being in the society in which he lives. Man's life is independent. He is born not for the development of the society alone, but for the development of his self. So said our dear own B.R. Ambedkar. Most fondly remember famous lines from the Indian social reformer, philosopher, and poet of Malayalam literature, Kumaran Ashan. Mattuin chattangale swayam allengil. Mattum adugale ningaletan. Loosely translated means reform. Change the rules, else those very rules will be your downfall. Criticism may not be agreeable, but it's necessary. It fulfills the same function as pain in the human body. It calls to attention to an unhealthy state of things. Innovation is serendipity personified. So you don't know what people will make. What people call serendipity sometimes is just having your eyes open. Most discoveries, even today, are a combination of serendipity and searching. We are heading fast toward that time of the year when Cupid strikes, Valentine's Day, observed on the 14th of February. A chance encounter with that certain someone is all that it takes to turn your life upside down. And serendipity will find something beautiful without looking for it. In the book, Feedback Imperative, by the author, Ms. Anna Carroll, she explains how to give everyday feedback to speed up a team's success. The main attraction is her ability to coach, explain, and facilitate the linkage between people and business, results in a clear and compelling way. She exhorts us to offer honest suggestions to the team members, boss or employee, and explains that frequent feedback is your most powerful leadership strategy. And here at Toastmasters, we are, each one of us, a leader, right? Let's consider deeply in the idea, not fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Let's all become champions by having a wonderful breakfast full of feedback every day. Let's pledge to unite as one and give better, actionable feedback. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, for an awesome speech. Please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is ready, and she's going to present her L4P2. So before her speech, I would like to call our evaluator, Toastmaster Jabir Ali, to read the objective of her speech.
Warm good evening. Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Madam Neetu Ritesh, is going to deliver her L4P2 project, Managing Difficult Audience. Speech title is Parenting. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to address the audience challenges when he or she presents outside of the Toastmasters Club. I wish my speaker to deliver her speech to be one of her best speech in her Toastmaster journey. Back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali.
A point of
So our
information,
next,
the timing is 10 to 15 minutes.
yeah, thank you. So our next speaker is a software engineer currently as a homemaker and online Vedic maths tutor who chases her passion always. So let us welcome with thunderous applause Toastmaster Neetu Ritesh.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. A warm good evening to all. Welcome all. See, what you show than what you teach your kids. Every time we used to teach them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But if you show them what you have to do, I think that will be the better. Let me ask you, how many of you think that you are a best parent? Everybody? Yes, very good. Is anybody thinking that you are not a good parent? Anybody? No? For everything you are telling your team Ibrahim Kalikar, you are not a good parent and you are a good parent. So who you are?
It depends who you ask.
See, I asked you only 2 questions, whether you're a good parent or not. Only 2 answers will be there. There is no third answer for that.
There's always third answer, ma'am. It's a great.
Okay, very good. Keep it up. Continue going with that. Cheers. See, in our childhood days, we have seen our parents telling us not to do this, not to that. But whether we obeyed them, sometimes we used to obey, sometimes we don't. And same kids, now we are as a parent, we are asking our kids not to do this, not to do that. See, in our childhood, the situation is different. And currently the situation is totally different. What we have not thought in that days, and what if we have any doubt, or if you want to know new things, we should get it from our parents or from the teachers or from the friends. Friends, most of the time, friends will not tell the correct.
These are the products of the WhatsApp university, right? They just
Yeah, correct.
Here and
yes. Nowadays, everything is there in WhatsApp and Google.
I know.
Google is a master. You know one thing? Google will, if Google is not there, the software company or any modern companies will shut down. They will go out. Because if you search anything, you will get in Google. Sorry. So, that time the kids used to listen us, and we are afraid with our parents, right? If they tell something, we used to listen to them. But nowadays, whether our kids are listening to us, no, maximum time they are not.
No, nowadays also there is same. I felt same.
Yeah, your kid is listening to you, then you are a great parent. Congrats.
No, it is not about how can, it is not about children listening to parent or not. It is about our parenting style. No, that is how we have to.
Is there any parenting style available? Is there any book for parenting? There are so many books. Or is there any
Don't listen to Manas. He always passes comments. Manas always passes comments. Don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's okay. We will discuss it later. He will have his own opinion. We will discuss it later. Because so many others also having the doubts, we'll clear them also. See, there is no proven rule that we should follow this way to help our kid, or we should do like this. No way. See, there is one more thing. If you ask somebody whether love marriage is good or arranged marriage is good, it depends to the person, right? It's their experience. Same like in parenting also, it depends to the person and the parent and the kid, or the father and the kid, or mother and the kid. See, there is no proven rule. And one more thing, we should be a role model to them. We used to tell our kids, don't tell lie, don't do this. But in front of them, to escape from our boss or from the spouse, everybody used to make lie in front of your kid. Most of the time we used to. It will be simple, but we are setting a model for our kid, and we are asking our kids to not to tell lie. And we are making them to think, see, my papa told me not to tell lie, but he is telling my mother the lie. So what we are making the example. So it is very difficult nowadays. And one more thing we used to tell, if my kid has done PhD or he's got a good job, I am a successful parent because I have made him to this level. My struggle has made them to this level. Whether is it true? You are a good parent? In that case also, you are assuming that you are a good parent? Sometimes not. Because he has obeyed all your rules and regulations. He has done everything good, and he has reached some level. But whether he is happy, whether we are asked whether he is happy in that way, so many kids will have their own ambitions. Some parents will allow their ambition, some people will not. See, I can tell you one example. My cousin, around 20 years ago, when that Nokia phone, first camera phone has introduced, his parents are teachers. So they gave him a gift for the birthday. Nokia, the first one, the with camera phone. It is around 20 years back. So it is a great gift for him. So he started taking photos with every minute things. And his parents, since they are teachers, they want him to be in a good position, and they asked him to go for a computer. That time the computer engineers are like wanted in the market. So they asked him to go for BCA, and he got an admission in Bangalore. But he was telling, no, I don't want to go for that. I want to become a photographer. But they are not ready because they are teachers and they don't want their kid to go in some other way. No, he has to do his degree, PG, like that, systematic way. They want him to go like that. But he is not ready. And parents are frustrated. They don't know, we won't allow. They encouraged so many people. They asked, please ask him to change his mind. Please ask him to listen to us. But at last, they have to obey, they have to go with their kid. Okay, you go in your way. Because without them, they are not interested, but still they don't have any option. They agreed. And he joined the extra diploma courses for that photography. And he got a good relation from them. He went to France for a workshop. Now, currently, he is having a studio in Bangalore, BMW latest series, his own, and a flat in Bangalore, which most of the people, we don't have. In Bangalore city, he have all this, with this photography craze, he's having studio. See, now his parents are telling, yeah, he is great. He is having his everything. We have set him in his own way, so he is happy. Whether the parenting style got good, I don't think so. See, but still, if we asked him, he was telling, no, I would have obeyed my parents. Currently, he was telling like that. Because I am bored with this. If I obey my parents, I would have in some other thing, I will be calm and I don't have this much problems. See, that's right. But parents, what they're thinking, we are a good parent. We have done our duty because we have let our child to do whatever they want. See, that's what. Parenting, it's not a proved one. If there is no rules or regulations we can do. to go. You go in this way, then you will be a good parent. Or you will go follow these rules and regulations, then you can be best. It was not there. It was between the parents and the kids. We should understand the kids and support them. And one more thing nowadays we are seeing is academics. There is a competition between the parents. My kid is doing this, my kid is better than them, and my kid is less than them. So their comparisons are going, and we are giving kids more burden. See, let them play. And it depends upon the age also. For a first standard kid, can we use tuition? It's a trend. So many tuitions. He is going for science, social. He doesn't know what science it is, what social it is. As a parent, we are forcing them. Go for this, go for that. Otherwise, dance, music, drawing, karate, anything else?
They need to guide them, right?
Yeah.
Children need some guidance.
Yeah, you have to guide them properly. And at the same time, whether they are interested. What is their interest? Sometimes they don't have any interest. But as a parent, you can guide them. And you can check. You can ask them, what do you want?
You mean a friendly relationship or what?
Yeah, with a friendly relationship, you can ask. With your stick, if you ask, they will not tell you the truth. If you give an ice cream and ask them, they will tell the truth. So it's up to you. And don't make them frustrated. Let them play. Yeah, it depends to the age. If they are small kids, let them play and enjoy. Let them study also. You should not leave that academics. It should be 50-50. But if it's a grown-up, let them also decide what they want, because at least they have gone through, they have seen. And nowadays they have everything in Facebook, Google. They are master than us. They know more than us. We are old generation people. They will tell that you are old gen. We know better than you. My 2-year kid is searching in YouTube. She doesn't know to read ABCD properly, but she knows to search in Google and YouTube. So that's kids nowadays. So let them do whatever they want, but just give them a good guidance to follow which is good, which is bad. And if bad, this is the thing, if you do this, this will happen. So, and they know everything. They are brilliant. Nowadays, the kids are brilliant. They will think beyond us because they have seen so many things. They are having so many opportunities. So just guide them, which is good, which is bad, and what is the consequence you are going to face. Let them explore, but your eyes should be there. If they are going to fall, you should dare to pick them, because at last they are our kids. We should not leave them, but let them explore. Let them fly. Let them fly their wings. We will help. As a parent, we'll be always there with them and help them to achieve their goals. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Needu. It was an interesting speech. All the parents here, we got some points to take away from her speech. So please give her a good round of applause. Thank you. Let's move to the third speaker. Before I call the third speaker, let me call the evaluator of him, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Can you read out the objective of his speech?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. A warm good evening to all. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience serving as a leader in a volunteer organization. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes, and speech title, Leading in WMCB. I wish all the best to my speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. So our third speaker is working as a planning and control manager at Bahri Logistics Corporate Office. A passionate Toastmaster and a self-educated person, dad of 2 and husband of 1. Please help me welcome with a thunderous applause Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and we can see you.
Leading in a voluntary organization is not an easy job. If you don't believe me, ask DTM Sundar. We asked him last week, didn't we? But what we didn't ask him is, DTM Sundar, did you ever break the law in order for you to succeed in a voluntary organization? Did you? By any chance? Any of you ex-com members, did you ever break the law just so you could keep your organization in order? I did. I will confess that. And I will explain in a short while how I did. So if we think that motivating the team members takes up significant energy of yours, if we think, well, I will set up all the processes and the expectations of the people, and people are going to come and do those things. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. That is only half job done. Unless you don't engage with those people day in, day out. They all are humans. They are in there with an objective. They are not out there because they don't have anything important to do. People join voluntary organizations so they could get something out from it. And unless you don't know what they need, you will be essentially firing in an open air. So if you don't build those relationships and establish and demonstrate integrity, recognize people who are coming and trying to serve where they're not paid anything, the chances of you succeeding in a voluntary organization is less. You own that process. You own everything that is not written between those lines. All of the organizations, they will have specified jobs and responsibilities. And if you think, oh, that is his job, he has to do it. No, that's not how it goes. So no matter which group of people you lead, it is my firm belief that you would never know the entire truth. So with that, you need to have a wisdom of giving each person the opportunity to explain his part of truth. It's like a beach ball in between, and people sitting around, the ex-com and the entire membership sitting around, and they all are seeing what you can't see here. So unless you don't give them the opportunity to explain what they are seeing, you wouldn't know it. So brainstorming sessions, having a session where you would give an opportunity for people to speak and you could listen, is an excellent mechanism to begin and establishing a vision. And then you can begin to having your strategies that are aligned with the vision, and then establish the structure. Structure will lead you to have your action plans. And once you have that, you have a premise for leading an organization. Going back to my days with the WNCB, yeah, it was an awesome time. But the law which I talked about breaking is, have any of you lended money to any of your fellow ex-com member or any other friends? Essentially, you have broken the law. I know it's funny, but that's exactly how one of my colleagues said to me. Said, well, lending money is the bank's function. They are the one who do the due diligence and vetting process, and then they lend the money, and then they take the interest, and they ensure that they collect the money back. They assess the risk, whatever associated. They do the background check. I had this guy who I felt truly that he needed some help. So I acted like a bank. I lended him money. And then George used to come every other meeting. Well, that stopped as well. George is not seen. And then I said, figure out, well, I did a mistake by doing that. I shouldn't have broken the law. So one day I called George and I said, George, listen, I know you owe me money, right? And I know you're going through a hard time because I know you, how good of a person you are. If you didn't face those challenges, you truly would be returning that money back to me. And George had a plain poker face. I said, I heard you had a baby girl, didn't you? And he's saying, yes. I said, the money you owe me, consider that as a gift to you. From here on, you don't owe me that money. And George was like, come on, man. I said, yeah, I truly mean it. But I think in exchange, I want you to do a favor. You're not going to miss a single XCOM meeting moving forward. I know you had that guilt that you're unable to pay that back. Moving forward, every single meeting, George attended the meeting. But I took one lesson. Moving forward, I didn't practice or being like a bank. We had one XCOM member who recently got married. Yeah, we don't go to the universities that teaches us how to act like a husband. And then you bring all of those problems because you're lending, because those conversations are essential. So once you have those conversations, this very good friend of mine would get back. Well, why is she asking me this? Why is she? So I caught myself that I was now practicing marriage counselor. And then I said, wait a second, I don't even have a license to do that, right? So I should be mindful about what suggestions I give, because eventually, if something goes south, then you are responsible. But I know you guys, you all XCOP members are awesome, as much as I have got to see you. You guys are doing a tremendous job. So what I wish you is you continue appreciating the participation of the members. That's what I get to witness down here. I want you to continue encouraging and supporting each other the way you guys do it. I want you guys to continue recognizing people who do those selfless acts. I want you guys to continue acknowledging their efforts, providing opportunities, and establishing a process of transfer of knowledge. I want you guys to continue valuing membership. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for a wonderful speech. He shared his experience. Please give him a big round of applause. Our fourth and last speaker today. Before I call the last speaker, let me call is evaluator Toastmaster Mateen. Toastmaster Mateen, can you please read out his objective of his speech?
Yes. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of the speech for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Our speaker, the speech title is Insurance and Household Need. Back to you, the TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mateen. So our fourth and last speaker in the prepared speech session today, and he is from Bangalore and staying in Saudi Arabia for last 11 years, working as a reinsurance manager in Taunia, professionally in MBA in finance, fellowship in insurance. Happily married with 2 kids. Please help me welcome with a thunderous applause Toastmaster Bhaskar.
Am I audible?
Yes, Toastmaster Bhaskar, you are audible and visible.
Hello, Shoaib. How are you doing? Long time. I didn't hear from you. Hi, Bhaskar. Thanks for calling, man. Nothing is fine here. After I moved back from Saudi, one of my family members fell sick and we had to pay a lot of bills. I should have listened to you. I should have bought an health insurance, but unfortunately, I will now look for one. Yes, Shoaib, please look for one and all the best. Hope to see you in my next vacation. Prevention is better than cure. Fellow Toastmasters, very warm good evening. Today's topic is insurance. Don't worry, I'm not here to sell any product or I'm not representing my company here. However, I want to share some thoughts about insurance and its importance in our day-to-day life. Unlike in Saudi, insurance is not a compulsory back in India, and which makes us feel insecure, and we should give a serious thought about it, because one or the other day, we would have planned to go back to India and settle there. Life is not a serendipity always, and it's not also wrong to think, or it's not negative to think about our bad days and some bad events may occur in life. So first and foremost, the question is, why should we buy insurance? Insurance is a product which secures us in our tough times in our life. There are 4 different scenarios which everybody will pass through. One such thing is passing away. Death is inevitable. We all know and we agree, but we don't know when. So what will happen to our family? How are they going to secure themselves after we're gone? Secondly, falling sick. Nobody knows. Today we are young, we are healthy, we are exercising. So we never know how, when or how we may fall sick. And third, getting old. Even aging is inevitable. We all have to get old, and we have to prepare ourselves and plan what will be our source of income to keep us going. And fourthly, our education of our kids. As you know, as they grow, it's going to be expensive, and you don't want to spend all your savings on their education. So how are you going to plan your expenses in the future? So there is one thing which decides our full lifestyle. There is one variable thing, which is our income. Our income decides what is our lifestyle, where do we stay, and how we plan our life in the future. So to secure this uncertainty, insurance is a very important factor. And unlike in previous years, currently there are a lot of good features and in insurance which will support us. And it's always a myth that insurance is expensive and why should I spend all my savings in insurance? No, it's not like that. And when you see the risks and the challenges which you will have to face, it's always like beneficial for us to if we take an insurance in a early life. And take it from me that no insurance will entertain if you're sick or you're old. So it's always advisable to decide when you are young and when we are earning and when we are healthy, so that we are ready to face the uncertainties in the future. Having said this, I would also try to explain some products about insurance. Insurance, basically, there are 3 types of insurance. One is life, medical, and non-life. Life insurance are products such as whole life insurance, unit linked, universal insurance, variable insurance, and term insurance. Term insurance, in short, it means it's a pure life insurance. It covers your life. And there are some policies where with just 1,000 rupees per month will secure your income of 50 lakhs until your tenure is available. Secondly, medical insurance, which is common, everybody knows, which is health insurance, it covers critical illness, disablement, and hospitalization. and non-life insurance, which is car, property, business, and travel. So, friends and fellow Toastmasters, this is the right time when we are earning, when we are young. So we don't know when we may have to move back to India, where we have there is no compulsory or a good healthcare system. So it's better to take a proper plan of policy, and you can consult a good fund manager. And currently, there are a lot of websites which are selling products by comparing the company rates, where you can buy a insurance which will fit for your criteria. So finally, having said all these insurance, let me share one of my learning in life when it comes to travel insurance. So travel insurance is also very important. And how I got to know, it was my honeymoon when I had to travel first time in the aircraft. I had done all my shopping and brought some expensive things, and we were heading to Goa. And that's when, like I am sharing with you, I was traveling with my wife in the aircraft, and I was explaining her, see, I work for insurance industry, I do this and I know that, and in insurance we cover these things. And once we got down from the aircraft, to our surprise, we could not find our trolley bag. Looked like somebody liked it and they took it away. So that's when I realized that, okay, travel insurance is very important when you're traveling with some important things. So, fellow Toastmasters, please give a thought. And insurance is not a bad thing. Insurance is always, it's going to help us to secure ourselves for the future inevitable situations. And thank you for this opportunity. Over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhaskar, for this wonderful information about the insurance. Okay, please give me a big round of applause, Toastmaster Bhaskar. Thank you. So all four speeches completed now. Let's just move to the voting. So you can vote now for the best speaker. Toastmaster.
Point of information, are all the speakers qualified? Timer, can you please confirm if all speakers are qualified?
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
Thank you. I'll share the voting link now.
While voting is going on, let me tell some facts about New Zealand. Let us talk about the people in New Zealand. People are multicultural people. Here we can see many nationalities, different ethnic groups. So we can say Europeans is majorities are 70%, and Maori 16%, and Pacific 88%. And Asians, including Indians, is only 15%, rest only 1.5%. And people are very friendly, we can see, and welcoming all people, different nationalities. And I can say there is no discrimination in religion, caste, ethnicity, or even gender. And they are very down-to-earth people, and they embrace the spirit of hospitality. And Kiwis are very much like outdoors. So you know that 15% of Kiwis in New Zealand is on their own boats, and they like yachting and dominating in world in kayaking, windsurfing, and all this. They like outdoors games. You can see cricket here, rugby, and football. And I can see that people are walking every day. People are walking from young people to an old people. Even I started walking when I reach here every day. At least I walk 5 kilometers per day. Sometimes we go for some hiking, some very mountains and all adventurous trip. This really changed my life. And that's what we want to learn from Kiwis. And they're very adventurous. They are very passionate about their hobbies. So that's what the people, and very friendly people. And whenever we go outside, they say, hi, hello, how are you? And it's pleasant. So that people are very good. Let's move on now for the second session of our today's meeting. Now is table topics session. And today's our table topic, let me call our table topic master. He's a ceramic engineer working with Saudi Ceramics for the last 17 years. And our current Vice President Education and Vice President membership of Grammarian Toastmaster Club. It's a virtual program leadership award, District 79 2019-20 is award winner, excellent in leadership award, and 2021 roundtable member as a CRS manager of District 79 last year, assistant director contest operators attack 2021. So club extension chair, club growth team in District 79. So award committee chair, PR team, District 79 at present. So please help me welcome with thunderous applause our charming Vice President Education, Toastmaster Dijo Koshi, for the table topic session as the table topic master.
Atapai, Toastmaster Sharon.
Thank you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Ahi Pai, Riyadh. And I just quickly learned it from the Google now. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, welcome to Table Topics, the most exciting session of the meeting, they say. And how it's exciting? Because you don't know what's coming, what's in store for whom, you don't know. So just wait and watch. Let's see who are the lucky ones. And before I go forward, let me just give you a quick briefing on what we do. Table Topics is for people to learn how to prepare for an impromptu speech. You get listening skills, organizing skills, speaking skills. These are very, and you can prepare yourself for every situation. The timing, you can have to speak for minimum 1 minute, and 1.5 will be yellow, 2 minutes will be red, and you have another 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And for the guests, I would rather say, don't jump into the topic. If you get a topic, just wait, relax, think for a moment, and then go for the speech. All right. So here we are. So let me call. Okay, I will give you the topic first. My topic is like this. Action speaks louder than words. Do you agree? Let me call Toastmaster Rajan Jose. Toastmaster Rajan Jose, action speaks louder than words. Do you agree?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Raising my hand is an action. As I speak, the action can translate to words, and words is what fill our hearts and minds with ideas. actions are not always louder than words. Actions at times can give us momentum or movement, but words are also as important to throw the pitch, the pace, and the power into the action. This is what we learn here at Toastmasters, that actions can speak as much as words can. Both are a combination to keep us active, to keep us alive, to keep us moving, to give us an opportunity to express ourselves, at the same time, to share ideas. Actions can speak louder than words. We need to move in a direction that is cohesive, that gives both action and words the strength that would take us forward in the direction that gives us a meaning and purpose. Actions can speak louder than words. Back to you, Toastmasters Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, for those lovely words. They go, so they, as he says, action and words go hand in hand. Both give you momentum and the opportunity to go forward. Great words. Very well said. Now let's move forward and let's see what's next in store. Okay. What is more important, the journey or the destination? I call upon Toastmaster Rajiv. Toastmaster Rajiv, you're around? Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I
topic. What is more important, the journey or the destination? Toastmaster Rajiv.
The journey or the destination. So in my personal experience, it's actually going hand in hand. So it doesn't, if you say that, it doesn't matter whatever the journey is, you focus on the destination. That's not something which is a right attitude. How you reach the destination, and during that journey, how much we are helping the others, or even how much we are taking the feedback or the lessons learned along with us. That is also something which is very important during our journey. So in my view, like the actions and the words, these also, the journey and the destination also will go in hand. And when we fulfill a journey, when you turn back, how you achieve that, you should have some satisfaction on this part as well. So in order to have that satisfaction on the way you achieve the journey, you reach the destination. Of course, you need to have a proper way of achieving that destination. So I believe that how you choose your journey to reach a destination is very important to have that self-satisfaction and that sustainability of that destination. With this, back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajiv, for those great words. It's not the destination alone, but the journey you take is also as important as that. And once you look back, you will never regret taking that route. Well said, Toastmaster Rajiv. So let's go ahead. Okay, I have something very interesting. The grass is greener on the other side. I see a green field behind Dr. Sundar. Let me call him. Dr. Sundar. The grass is greener on the other side. Do you agree?
You see the virtual background behind me. And I didn't know what place it was. I was just searching on Google for some images of New Zealand because that was connecting to today's theme. And there our TMOD and past President Toastmaster Sherian hinted that this is actually a place from Wellington. Looking at how scenic this place behind is, wouldn't you feel, what if I was in that place? How better would it have been? Fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends, the grass is always green on the other side. Look at someone, probably a colleague. Oh, is this guy getting less work than me? Or probably he's getting more money than me in salary. You might look at a friend. Oh, that guy owns a posh car, a big flat, and he's happy. How could it have been better for me as well? You know, human mind is always chasing behind these desires. I might not call lifeless, but probably they are endless. So desires is probably something that is a basic human instinct, which none of us can get rid of. And this actually puts us in a position, a predicament where the other side of the grass always looks green. For example, if I see Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar deliver the speech today, I always feel that, man, how come he is able to deliver such great speeches? Probably he also thinks the other way around. But still, the feeling of the grass is green on the other side is mutual. But my dear friends, always remember what you are right now is what is most important and what is that matters. You may have anything or you may be missing something, but whatever you have to find happiness in that one. Find ways to make better things out of it. Look forward to yourself to improve. Probably you can look at the other side of the grass, which you see as green, as your motivation to move forward in life and move ahead. See, let me go back to the same example I was talking about. How beautiful the virtual background of Wellington is. Let me take it up as a motivation. Probably I should visit Wellington sometime in the day. So that should be the motivation when you imagine the other side of the grass is green, rather than feeling jealousy or stressed about it. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Wow, I really concur with that, because the other side is always much greener, and we always think, why I don't have that? But just take it as a motivation and look in that direction. Why not New Zealand one day? I will work towards it. That's taking you forward. Great words. Well said, Doctor. So coming to the last topic for the day, may I invite my dear friend, our guest today, Toastmaster, she's a guest, Sini. Sini teacher? Yeah.
Yeah, Jijo, it's audible?
Yeah, with your permission, I will ask you a simple topic.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So, your topic is, what chances do you wish you had taken? What chances do you wish you had taken?
Very interesting question you asked this is the first time. You mean which I wish?
Yeah, what chances do you wish you had taken?
As it depends on that, my opinion depends on that person, that any wish, because what are the categories we are living now, according to this new thing, for me, as a teacher, according to the question, I think to create a new generation means new type of advanced thinking level of students. That is my wish to create, especially as a teacher. Especially in this traumatic condition of this world, I wish to create a good generation, that's a molded one, to think independent and create their own ideas. It's valuable to the society. That's all.
Thank you, Siri teacher, for those valuable words. You want to create a new generation.
Especially thank you, Jijo.
Please,
It's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Jijo. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful opportunity given to me to this time. This is especially I was observing on Facebook and all this Toastmaster being there. I'm really, really happy to see these valuable speeches, especially the lady presented about the parenting. I was especially curiously listening to her topic. Very interesting. And about this greenery, sir is presenting his grass is greener. Look at the other side. That his narration was excellent. Really, really happy. This is the first time I got a chance to see this type of wonderful moments with a very interesting personality, especially in this busy time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Sini. We wish to see you more in our meetings. Welcome, Taj. Thank you so much. She, as a teacher, is looking to create children who are having independent ideas to go forward, to have a great generation, a better world. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
With this, we will come to the end of the table topic session. Mr. Timer, are all these speakers qualified?
Yes, sir, all are qualified.
Okay. Dear word counter, kindly share the link for the best table topics speaker. And going back to my quality mentor, let me hand over to our TMOD, Toastmaster Sharon Joseph, my inspiration.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. You well presented today's table topic session. Please give me a big round of applause, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. What voting is going on? Let us go back to New Zealand. So let me talk about the health and education in New Zealand. What I see, the health is very quality health standards they are following. We can say it is 100% is free for the residents and citizens. And if I call now 111, so that very fast that ambulance will come and all further procedure they will continue. Wherever it's go, then no need to know anything till you complete everything. And health is, and we have the general physician for each and every person. You can meet and every time get appointment and meet them. So health sector is, we can see very much appreciated. We should learn from them how they manage everything in a computerized system, and each and every doctor can know your health from wherever you are. And regarding the education also, I never see that my children are doing some homework in my home, because there is no homework. People are very much, children are very much relaxed in their education. And see, up to 13 and even first year in the university, it is also free education, you can see. And New Zealand education system is one of the top 3 in the English speaking countries, you can say, even though there is no much tension for our children, even no tension for parents to teach them. So very much relaxed, I can see. But education system is very much good and standard. So that's what I talk about, only that health and education of New Zealand. Let's move to our last and important session of today's meeting, that is evaluation session. Let us evaluate what we did today. So let me call our today's evaluator, general evaluator. He is none other than our champion speaker and our president Toastmaster DTM, Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, as a general evaluator. Please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sharon, for that generous introduction and also for your exuberant session. You know, I was really talking about the image on my virtual background being the other side of the grass is green, and I am really encouraged to visit New Zealand sometime, someday, probably to meet you as well there. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, good evening once again, and we come to the most important session of our Toastmasters meeting, which is our general evaluation session. Let me ask you a question before we start the evaluation session. How many of you joined Toastmasters by stroke of serendipity, or it was by just chance events fell in place? Any hands? I already put up my hand. Come on, you all planned to join Toastmasters and came in? I can see Toastmaster Jijo Koshi also. Great. Anyway, I have been knowing about Toastmasters for a very long time, since 2015 or probably even before that, and I have visited a few meetings as a guest. But it all happened in 2017, okay, when our TMOD past president Toastmaster Sharon was the VPM, that I attended the meeting at Taj, and immediately I got hooked and things fell in place. And I can see how the evaluation and feedback mechanism that happens in Toastmasters has molded me. I have been a lecturer since the time I completed my post-graduation in 2006. And I joined Toastmasters in 2017, which was 11 years of time. I have been lecturing, giving innumerable number of lectures. But today, I just wanted to recollect, I was delivering a lecture, and it is really difficult to make students sit for a lecture immediately after the lunch. The best part of having a lecture after the lunch is but today I was able to keep 90% of my class awake, and this was because I was able to bring in the feedback points that I got as a speaker in Toastmasters into my lecture. And do you want to know what it is? Then we are going to have the lineup of evaluators who are going to give us those feedback for all our individual speakers. So my dear friends, that is the importance of evaluation and feedback, and Toastmasters make sure that that is delivered hot and tasty right in front of you immediately after your speeches are over. So without further ado, let's jump directly into the speech evaluation session, which will be the first part. Then we'll have the meeting leaders reports, and finally my evaluation of the overall meeting. So to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, we have our club secretary, Toastmaster Sunil Idikulla. Toastmaster Sunil Idikulla, the virtual lectern is yours to deliver your evaluation of Toastmaster Rajan Jose's speech. Toastmaster Sunil. Okay, yes, Toastmaster Sunil is around. Thank you. Toastmaster Sunil, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you. General evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest, a warm good evening to you all once again. And a special thanks to my speaker. I really love your speech. I heard somewhere that there are speakers, they speak from mind. Also, there are speakers, they speak from the heart. And my speaker, you did from your heart. That's the reason I love your speech. Great opening, great body. I really understand that you work hard for your speech crafting. I think you worked hard for the last 2-3 days to prepare this one. You started with beginning with the quote that the feedback, the breakfast of the feedback is the breakfast of all the speakers. And in the middle of the area, you ask some questions. That means you keep your audience within you in your surroundings. Overall, the speech was brilliant, excellent. In Toastmasters, we always say, if you give some recommendations, your speech will become the next level. So what I felt that there is some recommendations from my side. One is that the interaction with your audience. You have to interact with your audience much more, because you are a great table topic master. I saw your table topic session 2 weeks before. The interaction with all audience, it was great. So you have to add this point. The other thing was voice modulation and physical gestures. The voice modulation, the Kumar Nasan's famous poem, Matuvin Chattangale. You can change your voice modulation. Matuvin Chattangale, like that. It will give more attraction for your speech. And gestures, I feel that your the body level up to this chest level only, we saw that. If you go a little back, then we can show your hand gestures, what you're doing with your hands and all these things. So these things. And the third one, you have to memorize the things and present it. I feel that you are reading from the screen, so it's not good for us. I mean, if you are a beginner, you have to go for what the Toastmasters perfections, what we are doing. So these three things, if you look at it keep in your mind, your speech will become the next level. Back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil Idikulla, for that uplifting and energetic evaluation. I'm pretty sure that Toastmaster Rajan Jose has taken the recommendations in the great sense, and he is on his track to be a great speaker. Our next evaluator would be Toastmaster Jabir Ali, and he would be evaluating Toastmaster Neetu Ratish's speech. Toastmaster Jabir Ali, the virtual lectern is yours to deliver your evaluation. Toastmaster Jabir. Yes.
Once again, good evening, general evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Please give a round of applause to my speaker for her wonderful speech about parenting. Wow, what a fantastic opening, body and conclusion. She attracted the audience with her excellent speech content, similar like an experience in enjoying a very interesting movie. She started with the questions and interacted with the audience. Parenting is not a proved one, and there is no proved rules and something like that. She interacted with the audience and she was very comfortable in front of the audience. Very good eye contact and very good body gestures. She gave many messages to the audience, especially she said, we have to respect for their ambitions. And the parents should not force to fulfill their dreams. Another important message, we never should compare our children with other children's. She explained the definition for the excellent parenting style. Definition for the excellent parenting style, as we should be always good guidance for them. We should not lie in front of them. We should treat them as their close friends. Let them explore their world. Let them fly by extending their wings. Fellow Toastmasters, it's all the qualities in her speech. It is amazing. And there are still to improve some recommendations from my side. One is to include some vocal variety by sharing some personal experience in front of audience. Second one is to add some humor, which will give glowing in her speech. With these comments, if she add these two comments, her speech will go to the next level. Overall, my speaker delivered an excellent speech. I wish her to become one of the star speakers in her Toastmaster journey. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jabir Ali, for that encouraging evaluation. Toastmaster Neetu Ratish, I believe, is not in the meeting. I'm sure she would be looking into the recording and she would benefit from your evaluation and feedback and the recommendations given. Thank you so much. Our third speaker for today's meeting was Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar, and his speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, the virtual lectern is yours to deliver your evaluation of Toastmaster Ibrahim's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator. A warm good evening to all, especially my speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar. It's a serendipity that I got a chance to evaluate your speech. The speech purpose, it's mentioned a member to share some experience as he served as a leader in a volunteer organization. And you beautifully mentioned all the things from your experience. The major three things that I loved in your speech was, you asked the first question, leading a volunteering organization, not an easy job. Is it, Dr. Sundar? And you explained it very well. The second question was, did you ever break the law to keep to organization order? And you given the examples like motivate your staff, engage with them, know what they need, build positive relationships, recognize your members. And you also put the story of the beach board that you should give a chance to everyone. And the third question that you asked, have you lended money from any of your co-workers? Everybody was curiously watching at you. Brilliant job for attracting the audience. So these are the three things that I liked in your speech. And you very well crafted what is exactly your experience as a leader in a volunteer organization. Your confidence level was awesome. You put a little bit humor and good eye contact with all the audience, and your spoken clarity was clear. And of course, the audience awareness. You asked them multiple questions, so for sure, everybody is watching at you. If you ask me any recommendation, as you are a champion speaker, I could say you usually do a very good stage movement that you will came back, you will use the complete stage. But today it was a little bit missing because we can see only the half of your body. So I guess you have a hand gesture sometimes, but it's not visible to me. And the second one, a vocal variety, because I was imagining the George that in your speech, it was a fatty guy and with a, hey, Ibrahim, a sound like that. So I was expecting for that from you to get a better clarity on that. Overall, it was a well scripted and well delivered speech by adding only these two recommendations. That's the stage usage and a vocal variety. You can take your speech to the next level. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, for that proactive evaluation. In fact, you enacted sequences of recommendation, and I hope Toastmaster Ibrahim is really happy to take home these recommendations for improvement of his speech. Our next speaker, our fourth speaker rather, was Toastmaster Bhaskar, who delivered his L1P2 speech. And we indeed learned a little bit about insurance from the insurance professional. To evaluate a speech, we have Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen. Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen, the virtual stage is yours to give your evaluation.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. A very good evening to our speaker today, who had delivered the speech titled Insurance, a Household Name. What a fantastic speech it was. Like a upcoming kid with all the enthusiasm to grow and reach that level of perfection, we could see in you the way you were doing your best. You had a great opening with the actions and a personal story of yours. The body and the content was very, very interesting, and insurance and household need. And you had a conclusion with a call for action on the travel insurance. And you had a personal story. You had a great tonality. Your clarity of speech was great. Vocal variety was fantastic. Your eye contact, your gestures, audience awareness, and you engage the audience. But if I have to recommend you something on what you said, you started by telling, "Hello, Shoaib, I didn't hear you from a long time." Okay, it was great, but you could have done it better by telling a quote that do something today that your future self will thank you. It will put a question mark on the people. You could have started with a quote relating to the insurance. Okay, after that, you informed about health insurance. You gave a story of health, how bad days could come. Your income would affect. Your kids will grow. When you talk about your kids, you could have told. You could have made some emotions. You could have brought some actions when you said when you were old. And then when you speak about education of your kid, just imagine. Make people visualize that their daughter is not able to join medicine or engineering, or she cannot pursue because the father is broke because of his health insurance. He didn't insure himself. That could have given more interest to that topic, wherein people could have got more involved into that topic. And you said about insurance is a myth, where you could have brought in a quote and said that you could have said that in case you can't be there for them, make sure you leave a safety net. You could have said that. There was so used in terms of getting the audience involved into this. And the best part is that you missed the humor when you said that you spoke about your honeymoon, the travel insurance. You were talking to your wife about the travel insurance, and it so happened that you could have made it like my first love lost due to my baggage getting lost. You could have said that, and you could have brought the humor that from honeymoon to the hot sun, the face of a woman when she loses all her dresses on the first honeymoon with you. So that could have brought more humor. And when you came to the call for action, you only spoke about the travel insurance. You could have spoken about the medical insurance, the ill effects of not having a medical insurance, a term insurance, and also the motor insurance, the first party insurance, second party insurance, and the full insurance. And you could have ended the punchline by telling that insurance can't fulfill the emptiness of a person, but it can surely support. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen, for that in-depth analysis and specific points of recommendation. I'm happy, and I could see the smiles at Toastmaster Bhaskar's face of how he was enjoying your recommendations, and I'm sure he's going to take it forward to his future speeches. With that, we come to the end of the prepared speech evaluation, but wait, we still have one more evaluation to go. But before I call upon that evaluator, I just want to give a general feedback for all the prepared speeches. In general, one thing that I noted is, like, I believe a few of our evaluators as well pointed out, when we are working on a virtual platform such as this, it is important that you keep yourself or your video view in the right way. Keep it in the right angle, okay? Make sure that your camera is at the level of your eye or slightly below it. Have some kind of illumination behind your camera that's facing. You can see the reflection on my spectacles, the light that's right behind my camera screen. And also, if you are using a virtual background, make sure that you have something plain, a plain colored background in your wall. If you have something colored or some kind of articles behind you, try not to use a virtual background because it blurs out things, you know. So these are certain subtle facts that we could look into. And other than that, all the other recommendations and analysis has been carried out by our meticulous team of evaluators. Kudos to them. Okay, last but not the least, we have one more evaluation to go, and that is the table topic evaluation. And to deliver the table topic evaluation, we have our Vice President Membership, Distinguished Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari. Timer, please note that the table topic evaluation is also timed, and the timing will be 2 minutes green, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow, 3 minutes red, and 3 minutes 30 seconds to qualify.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today we had an awesome table topic session, which was very simple. The topics were easy to attempt and had a lot of thought process which could be evoked. Let me start off with our first speaker, Toastmaster Rajan Josh. I believe action speaks louder than words, and I also believe that a speech well begun is more than half done. Toastmaster Rajan Josh did great justice while he spoke about his topic, his great thought process with awesome vocabulary and adequate pauses. You may have to work on adding a humor or a story. I definitely remembered a lot of my teachers whose actions spoke louder than their voice. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Rajiv, it's a big responsibility when you are a father of a Gavalier. He started awesome by repeating the topic very correctly. Your analysis of the topic was really great. Your advice to the audience on the reflection on how to self-reflect on the journey which you have traveled so far is amazing. Again, as I said, adding a story, a life journey experience of yours, and what it mattered and what destination you reached. A story always attracts and engages the audience, and this is very important in our table topics. With that note, also you have to take care about your speaking area, which would give more attraction to your speech. Grass is green, definitely on the other side. This is exactly how you should be attempting a table topic. Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, a great start. Amazing voice modulation when you talked and referred about the friend. A great advice to all of us. Kudos to the way you winded up where you started. And I really don't have any recommendations for you. And last but not the least, our teacher, Madam Miss Sini, this is our future, where we have our teachers who are so much futuristic, who really want our young kids, young children to be independently thinking on their feet and acting accordingly, and teachers who recommend such things, to talk about such things, is the future of our country. And we are very glad that you are here and attempted a table topic. We look forward to hear from you more often, and add your experiences, add your stories to all what you have done into our table topic speeches to make it always brilliant. With that note, I once again thank our table topic master for bringing us such engaging topics, and truly appreciate all of your efforts to be here in this virtual platform to improve your communication, leadership, listening skills, and thinking skills in table topics. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Distinguished Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari, for that great evaluation of those table topics. Delivering a table topics evaluation is a pretty big challenge. I'm always go bonkers about it. You have to evaluate 4 speakers within the given span of time, and DTM Manas did an immaculate job. And you know the speed at which he went, it was like a jet flying like that. Good job, DTM Manas, and in that you did not miss out the recommendations and the analysis as well. Thank you so much for that. Great. So with that, we come to the end of the evaluation session for the prepared and the table topic speeches. Timer, could you please confirm if all evaluators are qualified before I send the voting link?
Actually, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen did not qualify. Other than that, everyone else is qualified.
Okay, so except Toastmaster Mateen, everybody else is qualified, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so I kindly request you to vote for the best evaluator. The link is being shared right now in your chat box. So the evaluation voting link is there. Kindly go ahead and vote for the best evaluator whom you feel did their job to the best of their abilities. As the voting goes on, we will now call for the reports from our meeting leaders, the pillars of support for any meeting, and to make sure that whatever speech that we deliver is error-free. So to have that conducted, we have three brilliant role players. Our first role player would be our accountant, who makes sure that we do not err by saying, what is it that we should not say? Is it Okay, all of those illegible words. Toastmaster Mansoor Alam, the stage is yours to give us your report about the accounting.
Once again, good evening to all. I'm going to present our counter report. Toastmaster Rajan uses so 2 times, but 1 times, and 8 times I 1. Toastmaster Neetu Ratish uses 3 times, so 8 times, but 12 times, and 18 times, I 9 times. Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjigar uses so 5 times, but 2 times, and 7 times, I 15 times. Toastmaster Bhaskar uses 4 times, so 6 times, and 12 times, I 5 times. Toastmaster Rajan Jose uses N 2 times. Toastmaster Rajiv uses Ha 1 time, so 4 times, and 4 times, I 1 time. DTM Dr. Sundar uses so 2 times, but 2 times, and 2 times, I 1. Guest Sini uses Ha 1 and 1, I 2 times. Toastmaster Sunil Idigula uses 4 and 4 times, I 2 times. Toastmaster Jabir Ali uses and 3 times. Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir uses so 2 times and 6 times, I 1 time. Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen uses so 2 times and 4 times, I 1 times. DTM Manaz Al-Bukhari uses and 5 times. Back to you, General Evaluators.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mansoor, for this brilliant report. You have actually meticulously counted the R's, ums, and ers. All of us did it. I'm pretty sure that we all take note of these findings and apply them in our future speeches so that we do not repeat them again. The next thing that we would be looking forward to is knowing about our Wordmaster and Grammarian report. And to deliver the Wordmasters and Grammarian report, we have Toastmaster Rajiv. Toastmaster Rajiv, I call you upon on the virtual stage to deliver the Wordmaster and Grammarians report.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Sundar Ramlingam. So as a Wordmaster, I will just read out my report of usage of the word serendipity. Toastmaster Rajan Jose used it splendidly, and he used it with all his both hands together. Close to 7 times he used it very well. Dr. Sundar used 1 time, Bhaskar used 1 time the word, and also Sahir is also used 1 time. Related to the quote for the day, the best quote which I have found is about the great poet Kumaranashan, the Matu in Chattangale, starting with Matu in Chattangale. So that's been well with the context, and that's something which we all need to learn and practice and remember as well. So that's it from my side for today. Back to you, Toastmaster Sundar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajiv, for that Wordmasters and Grammarians report. Indeed, we had a great word, but unfortunately, not many people used it, but it was used in the right sense at several places. So let us learn from that and improve our vocabulary. That's the idea behind learning a new word during every meeting. And also in terms of grammar, the number of quotations probably were much lesser than what we use. I would encourage all members to go in and get those quotes, phrases, and catchphrases like those punchlines. These are the ones that add value. This gives the punch, that extra oomph for your speech to be carried away to your audience. We have one more report to go, the most important report of all, because that is the one that decides whether we are qualified or not. So the timers report. Toastmaster PK Philip, could you please share the timers report? Toastmaster Philip. Toastmaster Philip. Vice President Education, could you please kindly check up with Toastmaster Philip if he would be joining us back? I think he has some technical issue and has been disconnected. So right now I will go for the report of my overall meeting evaluation. The meeting started a little bit late. We were like 6 minutes late due to some of the role players who had not joined on time, but fortunately, we have been keeping up with the time because of the other leaders who have been making sure that timing is not constrained towards the end of the meeting. All the meeting sessions, be it the Sergeant at Arms or the presiding officer session or the TMOD session, the prepared speech, then the table topics and the evaluation have been seamlessly transitioning from one session to another. This is actually a hallmark of a great meeting and a well-planned and well-charted out meeting. In fact, it all begins with the way the agenda is designed. And I would really like to commend our Vice President Education for meticulously planning out and charting out this agenda. In fact, we had a general evaluator last week who was really appreciating our club's ability to design a great agenda. I can see the hands of our Vice President Education raised. Toastmaster Jijo, would you like to say something? Toastmaster Jijo? Okay, fine. So other than that, the prepared speeches were well planned out. I had a point of recommendation, which I already conveyed to you. In terms of the table topics, we had a great session, great topics, easy to use topics that were attempted by all the speakers in a very good fashion. And that indeed shows that our members are geared up always for the table topics. But one point of recommendation that I would like to give for anyone in a table topic session, you could see a few of our speakers applying that. Think a little bit before you start speaking. You can always have the liberty of thinking for 5 to 10 seconds, a few seconds here or there, and then recapitulate your ideas and then speak about it. And always try to bring in some kind of personal example, so that would definitely add value to the table topics. And we had our evaluators giving in great evaluations. All of the in-depth analysis and recommendations were very much in line with what the speakers would require to improve their speeches. Great meeting on the whole. I don't have any other recommendations to tell about. Being a virtual meeting, I know that attendance is limited and we have other scenarios as well, but whenever possible, it would be better to keep your videos on, because I don't think we have any issues in terms of connectivity. As long as there is no issue with connectivity, please keep your videos on. And this physical connect of looking at people's faces, the smiling faces, the joyful faces, and the cheerful faces is what keeps the meeting atmosphere going on in the virtual environment. I hope and pray that this ends soon and we go back to our old ways of going for the physical meeting, or at least the alternate physical, virtual meetings soon. With that, I end my general evaluation session and I hand back the lectern to our cheerful Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sharon, all the way from New Zealand. Toastmaster Sharon, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, DTM, Dr. Sundar. You wonderfully done the evaluation session. Before I wind up the meeting, every country, there is some advantages and disadvantages. If I would say disadvantages of New Zealand, we are very far from India, so traveling time will take long time. Another thing I can say, the expenses of housing is expensive. But some interesting fact about New Zealand is the 30% of the country is a national reserve. And another interesting fact is no snakes in New Zealand. No snakes are here. And we can say sheep are more than people. Then if one person, there will be 10 sheep are there. So, and the longest name city, it is in New Zealand, and the steepest city is in New Zealand. So I would say many other things, a number of things about New Zealand and the beauty of the New Zealand, the beaches, mountains. But until unless you come and watch, you never experience the nature beauty of New Zealand. So I welcome all of you to come and enjoy the New Zealand nature. Nature creates a wonderful serendipity. So it is moving to another country is all personal preference based on your own personal risk assessment. But you can visit New Zealand. It's a must-see place in the earth. So very simple. You can go to the website www.immigration.gov.nz. And any help required, guidance required, I am always there to help you, guide you about New Zealand to more in my YouTube channel. There to just some videos are there. You can also watch. Okay, I hereby conclude the meeting. I want to hand over the lectern to our presiding officer. I really enjoyed being Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Back to Mr. Presiding Officer, Dr. DTM Sundar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sharon Joseph, for that great session that you had conducted. You virtually took us to New Zealand and shared all your experiences of how New Zealand is. And we'd be happy if you share your YouTube channel link in the chat box, please. I know that you have a channel where you are sharing your trips and experiences going around New Zealand, and we would be happy to see those visuals when you share those links to us. You can share it on our WhatsApp group or in the chat box right now for all our members. Thank you very much, and a big round of applause for our TMOD Toastmaster Sharon for sharing his experiences about New Zealand. Also, I would like to congratulate and thank our other two big three role players. Of course, one of them is yours truly, and our table topics master, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, for having conducted a great table topic session. Before I move on, I have already shared the links, voting links for the best meeting leader. Unfortunately, I missed out at the end of my general evaluation session. So kindly vote for the best meeting leader, the R counter, the word master and grammarian, and the timer, whom you feel perform the roles to the best of their abilities. And also vote for the best of big three role players. Both the links are there on your Zoom chat box. And one of the reports was missing from the meeting leaders, and that's the timer's report. Unfortunately, our timer, Toastmaster PK Philip, had a technical issue, and here is the timer report. So we had our speaker 1 taking 7 minutes and 28 seconds. Our speaker 2, Toastmaster Neetu. Speaker 1 was Toastmaster Rajan. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Neetu, took 11 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Ibrahim took 7 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Bhaskar took 7 minutes and 3 seconds. As far as the table topics went, Toastmaster Rajan took 1 minute and 53 seconds. Toastmaster Rajiv, 1 minute and 34 seconds. Myself, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And Toastmaster Madam Sini, our guest, 1 minute and 30 seconds. For the evaluation, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula took 3 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Jabir Ali took 2 minutes 49 seconds. Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir took 3 minutes 22 seconds. Unfortunately, a great evaluation, but missed out on time. Toastmaster Mohammad Mateen took 3 minutes and 52 seconds. And DTM Manas for the table topics evaluation took 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So that is the timing report. This was shared as a picture from our timer, Toastmaster PK Philip. So it's always our tradition to ask feedback because we need to know from people who are not part of us. We had a guest with us, Madam Sini, she was here. Toastmaster Jijo, she's there or she left already? I think she's not there in the meeting. Okay, fine. Anyway, I think she was giving a good feedback immediately after a table topic session as well. Toastmaster Jijo, you brought her and introduced her to the club. Like, please make sure that, or please let her feel free that she can attend our meeting as a guest at any time that she wants to. And are there any announcements to be made? Vice President Education or Vice President Membership?
Yeah, next week we would like to plan a meeting on Republic Day theme with the ethnic dress, if everyone agrees. It's our Republic Day and it'll be a great meeting theme. If anyone can join in as TMOD, it'll be great. So just message me.
You mean Taj will provide the ethnic dress or what?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming your way. Just join. Okay.
So physical meeting?
Online meeting.
Oh.
Okay. Back to you, President.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Jijo. I'm just finalizing the results as I'm taking up the role of the vote counter as well. As Toastmaster Jijo said, next week we'll have a themed meeting because it's on the occasion of Indian Republic Day, and we will be, as he suggested, we will go in for a theme, a kind of an ethnic wear where we can come. And regarding the online meetings and the physical meetings, we are indeed trying our best to get back to the physical ways, or at least the old ways that we were doing, before January, like having 1 week online and 1 week offline. We are looking into the options, but as the case numbers are now stabilizing, I hope that things would be better for us. And we will try to, at least by February, if we are able to get things going on, we would be going back to our 1 week online, 1 week physical, and this might continue till the pandemic is over or until our venue location things are sorted out. That will be conveyed to all the members based on the ExCom's decision. Thank you so much. So we have the results ready. And I request every one of you to stay back after the national anthem because we have a photography contest as part of the club building initiative by the district. So we will all take a couple of photos out on creative ways. I request you all to turn on your videos. If you want to go take a break, put some makeup and come back, feel free, okay? We will just give you some time to do that. And we will have the photo session after the results and the national anthem and adjournment. So here are the results for our meeting today. Okay, the best speaker was the best table topic speaker, yours truly. Our best evaluator, DTM Manaz Al-Bukhari. The best meeting leader, Toastmaster Rajiv. And the best of big three, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sharon Joseph, all the way from New Zealand. Congratulations to all the winners of today's meeting. With that, we come to the end of today's meeting, and I request you all to rise up for the national anthem. meeting is officially adjourned.